is the Writer's Almanac for Friday. It's the 13th of November, 2020. It's the birthday of St. Augustine, born in what is now Algeria in the year 354. St. Augustine believed in original sin and used himself as an example by writing his Confessions, one of the first memoirs of Western literature. It's the birthday of Robert Louis Stevenson, born in Edinburgh in 1850, came from a family of lighthouse engineers, but he wanted to be a writer. And at the age of 25, he set off with a friend on a 200-mile canoe trip through Belgium and France. It rained every day. It was cold and windy. But he stuck with it because he wanted to write a book about it, and he did. A book entitled An Inland Voyage, 1878. He went off to Paris, where he met the love of his life, Fanny van de Grift Osborne, an American, 10 years older, 2 children, separated from her husband but still married. She went back home to California. Stevenson determined to marry her, and against the advice of his doctor, who was concerned about Stevenson's health, he set sail for America, traveling in steerage to save money, took a train from New York to California. Arrived there, he was exhausted, he was ill. He reunited with Fanny, who'd gotten divorced, and they were married that spring. They sailed back to Scotland with her son, and the idea for Treasure Island came from pirate stories that Stevenson told his stepson. Book came out in 1883, and over the next few years, in quick order, he wrote A Child's Garden of Verses, Kidnapped, and Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which sold 40,000 copies in 6 months and made Stevenson a celebrity. His health was still bad, so he and his family came back to America and then sailed for the islands of the Pacific Ocean, where he spent most of the rest of his life. He bought 400 acres on Upolu, one of the Samoan islands, and died there at the age of 44 of a cerebral hemorrhage. Stevenson, who wrote, "I travel not to go anywhere, but to go. I travel for travel's sake. The great affair is to move, to feel the needs and hitches of our life, to come down off this featherbed of civilization and to find the granite underfoot. And when the present is so exacting, who can annoy himself about the future?" Here's a poem for today by Richard Tarrell entitled, "You Must Change Your Life." What you always did, don't do. Right with the wrong hand, right with the left side of the brain. Breaststroke, not side. Schubert, not Brahms. Play the changes for a change. Listen to the piano, not the bass. Skip the extra chorus. Requite love. Death's a hunch. Start over. Skip lunch. Ignore the voices you first heard long ago, telling you someone else got more than you, someone else got better. That nightly scotch, make it 2 or none. Make it bourbon or gin. Don't begin anything you can't finish. You who always changed each line, you who always changed each line, you who never finished anything. A poem by Richard Tarrell, You Must Change Your Life, from his collection What Falls Away Is Always, published by Holy Cow Press and used by permission here on the Writer's Almanac. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.